Isa sa mga sakit ng mga Pilipino ay mga social climber tayo. Wala tayong pakialam kung wala na tayong pera, basta mukha tayong mayaman, okay tayo doon. And unfortunately, dahil culture natin to, we are unaware kung ito yung nangyayari sa atin, kung kabilang tayo sa mga ganitong klaseng Pilipino. Now, I'm gonna show you guys kung ano ba yung mga bad practices natin mga Pinoy na sumisira sa future natin para maagapan mo to at maayos mo yung finances mo. Hello everybody, my name is Sam and I made my first million pesos at 20 years old and my mission is to help you guys hit your million too. Let's go. Welcome to the whiteboard and as you can see, ito na ang ating mga top Filipino wealth killers. So kung meron ka nito, at least alam mo na pinapatay ka ng mga to and may magawa ka about it, di ba? Number one is yung Filipino mindset. Of course, deserve ko to. Spoiler alert, hindi mo deserve yan, okay? Yumayabang ka lang, tumataas lang yung ego mo kasi tumaas yung sweldo mo. This is what we call lifestyle inflation. Gagawa tayo ng chart dito. Okay, ayan yung chart. So this is our salary. This is our expenses. Now, as our salary grows, our expenses grow also. Di ba? Bakit tabingi yan? Dati, ito lang yung bahay mo, yan lang yung rent mo, okay? 10K per month. Pero ngayon, nung tumaas yung sweldo mo, nung nandito ka na, ito na yung bahay mo. Oh, dalawa na yung bubong. Di ba? Rent mo dyan, 20K a month na. Paano yan? Hindi ka din nakakaipon, brother man. So parang kung ano yung buhay mo dito, ano yung ipon mo dito, yun din yung ipon mo dito. That is what we call lifestyle inflation. So yung salary mo, tsaka yung expenses mo, in proportion lang. That's not how it should work. Okay? As your salary grows, dapat tumataas yung savings mo, tumataas yung investments mo. Ito ang healthy na chart. Ganyan. Okay, sige. We can add a bit of lifestyle betterment. Siyempre, medyo deserve mo naman. So, dati, jeep ka. Ngayon, nakaangkas, di ba? Dati, ang date nyo sa McDo. Ngayon, ang date nyo sa, sa Wolfgang, o di ba? This is another one. Credit cards. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a big advocate for credit cards. I love credit cards. I use my credit cards all the time. 90% ng purchases ko is done through credit cards. Why? Kasi may security and it's basically free money. May rewards yung credit card pag ginamit mo eh. Technically ngayon, pag nagpapagas ako, wala nang binabayaran kasi laging reward points yung gamit ko pag nagpapagas ako. It's free money. Pag pumupunta akong ibang bansa or pagka may trips ako, easy lounge, di ba, sa airport, sa NAIA. Kasi nga may credit card ka. And then kung mas scam ka man, ang dali lang tawagan ng credit card ng bangko tapos ipalock mo tapos ipa-refund mo yung nawala sa pera kasi pera naman ng bank yun, di mo pera yun eh. Okay? But here's the caveat. If pangit yung spending habits mo, please, man, ayusin mo muna bago ako muna ng credit cards kasi it's not all free money. Rewards lang yung free money. Pero, again, credit cards, you always need to pay it in full. Okay, ayoko nag-i-installment ka, ayoko nagbabayad ka ng interest kasi yung interest niyan is a killer. 20 to 30% per year. Typical investments around 5 to 10% lang per year. 20 to 30%, that's 3x of that. That's gonna kill you, okay? Huwag kayo maniwala sa minimum payment. Kung minimum payment lang binabayaran mo, buong buhay ka magbabayad ng utang, men. Sinasabi ko sa iyo, pangit pa yung credit score mo. Hindi ka na makaka-loan ng mga bahay, hindi ka na makaka-loan ng kotse, pangit ng interest mo for those. Okay? So, if kukuha ng credit card, which I suggest you do, if you have good spending habits, always pay your monthly dues in full. Always. I'm 24 right now and I've had credit cards since I was 21 and never pa ako nagbayad ng interest. Always pay it in full. Next one are car loans. Do you guys know how expensive cars are dito sa bansa natin? Okay? Actually, anywhere in the world. And isa sa mga pet peeve ko, sobrang daming kotse sa Pilipinas, ang traffic. Kasi ang dali ma-approve ng bank pag maglo-loan ka ng kotse. Okay? Gets ko naman na some people use it to earn money. Pero majority of the people, it's just a lifestyle flex. Uy, may kotse ako, ikaw wala. Mas successful ako sa'yo. Brother man, tingnan mo yung net worth mo. Lubog ka sa utang. May kotse ka nga, lubog ka naman sa utang, di ba? And they buy a more expensive car than they can actually afford. Ito mga SUV gamings na to, tignan mo yung loan niyan, tignan mo, net worth, negative 2 million. Mas mayaman pa yung nanlilimos kaysa sa'yo eh, kasi may utang kang ganyan. Now, I'm gonna share with you guys a principle when you have to buy cars. This is the reason why I don't have a car. I only ride a motorcycle. Okay? Pero wala akong utang. Okay? Tingnan mo yan na. This is for a 60-month payment. This is for RCBC regular, so hindi siya hexagon. So 30%, men. That's around 6% per year for 5 years. So 6%, hindi naman masama. Oh, hindi nga masama. Pero as you pay for the car, again, cars depreciate by insanely. Ito yung binabayaran mo sa kotse pero yung value ng car pababa. That's what you call underwater. Mas mataas na yung value ng utang mo kaysa sa value ng asset. In this case, a liability. And never loan out a second-hand car. Itong 30%, brand new yan. Kung maglo-loan ka for a second-hand unit, magiging 60% yan. I'm not even kidding. Do the computation yourself. Halos doble. Kaya, you always buy a second-hand car full cash. Now, only purchase what you can afford. Also, singit ko lang dito, kapag maglo-loan ka ng motorcycle, if you're privileged enough to do it, huwag ka maglo-loan ng motorcycle. Halos doble yan, men. The motorcycle prices, motorcycle loans are insane. Doble yung babayaran mo. You can buy 2 motorcycles for the price of 1. Pero again, if gagamit mo siya as, let's say, Grab rider ka or Lalamove, okay, fine. We can make an exception. Pero again, if you have the means to do it, kahit if that means hindi ka kakain ng 3 linggo, wag naman sana, or if paulit-ulit yung kakainin mo for 3 weeks or 10 months, ganon, do it. Kasi yung kikitain mo dito, yung babayaran mo lang doon is yung difference kung binayaran mo na lang siya in full. Only purchase what you can afford. And spoiler alert, it's not a lot. Okay? There's this rule called the 24-10 rule, meaning 20% down payment, 4-year loan term, and 10% of your gross monthly income on total car expenses. So not just the amortization amount, but also gas, maintenance. Meaning, let's say you have a BYD. So I wanted to buy this car actually before I bought my motorcycle. So it's 918,000 pesos or 948 ata or something like that. Pero almost the same. So, ang monthly amort mo dyan, for 4 years to pay, 20% DP, again, you can increase that DP, is 18,000. What does that mean? Again, kasama dapat yung gas dyan, amortization pa lang to. So, in order to purchase a car for 948,000 pesos, that's worth 948,000 pesos, yung monthly salary mo should be around 200k above. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of people own a 948,000 peso car, who do not earn 200k. That is why, ang daming nare-repo na cars sa Philippines, ang daming na pasalo, kasi nga, hindi nila kaya bayaran after including, of course, may iba akong binabayaran, may bills to pay ka pa, may rent ka pa, may food ka pa. Be humble, okay? Hindi mo afford yan. Next is our children. Now, don't get me wrong, children are great, okay? I want to have children of my own in the future, but hindi retirement plan ang mga anak, which unfortunately is a Filipino culture. And I'm not reading all this, pero look at that. Raising a child in the Philippines costs approximately 15 over 30,000 pesos. That is insane. Cancel me all you want, but I don't want people to suffer. I was privileged enough to be raised in a good household where my parents were able to afford raising me up properly. And it's something that I want other people to have. If you really love your children, you're gonna do your best to provide for them. Okay? And if you cannot do that, wag muna, men. In the future, sure, why not? You want them to be sent to a good school, have good education, have good healthcare. That all costs money. Hindi naman mag-a-apply yung anak mo for a job which requires a bachelor's degree tas sabihin, mahal ako ng magulang ko. No, that's not how it works. They need proper education. Next is, or are banks. Now, these banks are good. Okay, I have holdings in these banks. I have money in these banks. Pero again, what is a 0.065% interest rate? Lugi ka pa sa inflation. Inflation is around 2.5%. Source, trust me bro. Pero yung legit data niyan is 2024, 3.2% yung inflation. 2025, 1.7 yung inflation, which is actually the lowest in the whole decade. So, just by putting your money in these banks, lugi ka na agad sa interest. Now, what are you supposed to do if you're not supposed to put your money here in these banks? I've actually already created 3 videos, okay, for the past 2 weeks to know kung saan mo ba dapat lagay yung pera mo, okay? Huwag mo nang pahirapin yung sarili mo. Google. I already created videos for that. You can click them wherever you want or go to the playlist. Naka-playlist naman to. Just see it there, brother. Investments and making money is not hard at all if you know the proper system and if you have a proper system. Now, I'm really happy, very genuinely happy that you guys are here right now kasi I know na in this tiny way that I'm creating videos, I'm able to help you guys be aware of the Filipino wealth killers so that our next generation will not be suffering the same suffering that unfortunately a lot of people in our generation suffered.